Hey Kotaku, it's Evan Narcisse. I'm here at New York University for their No Quarter exhibition. I'm here with Josh Debonis and Nik Mikros. Their game is Killer Queen. It's really freaking cool. It's this massive arcade cabinet where 10 people play, 5 on each side, and it's a side-scrolling platformer, but it's also got these weird strategic elements to it. You can win it in a number of ways, in three ways, right?
There's 3 ways to win. You can kill the opponent's queen 3 times. You can fill your base with food for an economic victory, or you can ride the snail back to your base.
It's chaotic. Like, when you start, you're not even sure who you are on the board. What made you guys decide to layer on these other conditions for winning on top of what appears to be a really simple game?
Well, the game actually started off as a field game, so we kind of worked out a lot of the mechanics with people running around with foam swords. When we went to the digital game, we were like, well, what can we do that is impossible to do in a field game? So jumping 30 feet in the air or flying would be, you know.
Growing wings.
Yeah, growing wings,
snail.
riding a snail, doing all this kind of stuff.
Right. Let's talk about the cabinet. It's double-sided. It's got a big screen on either side. Talk to me about building an arcade cabinet, because that's something of a lost art now, I would imagine.
Prior versions of this game worked with just one big projected screen. And 10 of those cheap retro NES controllers, right, which basically fall apart almost instantly.
Sure. What's interesting to me is that the way that the game is presented now, where each team has a side, they don't see each other,
yeah,
they kind of can talk to each other. There's like this weird real-life social element to it too.
Yes, and that's deliberate, because in the old version, when everybody was standing in front of a screen, you didn't get that.
Right, there's no teamwork. There's
exactly.
You know who your team is, you know who your queen is, the leader of your team.
Right.
And I think that's really important.
Guys, just scare the shit out of them. That's all it really comes down to. No! Whoa!
Other than Joust, were there other old games that you were thinking, hey, you know what, I remember what that felt like. I want to try and replicate that feel?
I mean, I don't know, for me, Mario, I guess.
Yeah, certainly the platforming element is inspired by that. In fact, we looked at the algorithm for Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, right, Steve Swink's book.
Yeah, in Steve Swink's book Game Feel, he talks about it. And so that was the basis of how the jump works in the game, actually.
And I mean, I think it gives it a very kind of old school feel, too.
Yeah,
like
there was lots of shouting.
Yeah, and nothing is being automatically done for you.
So because you built this big, giant, huge thing for this one night only kind of affair, where is it going to live after tonight?
Hopefully at NYU.
Do you have room in your living room in case they don't?
No.
My wife has threatened to divorce me.
And I want to point out before we go out, can we zoom in on this thing? Because that's freaking cool. He got it just for tonight.
Thanks, Etsy.
Josh?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.